Hello, I'm Mike Schultz, President and CEO of AdventHealth West Florida Division. Today we have an exciting update about our expansion into southern Hillsborough County. After months of planning and strategy, we are ready to break ground on AdventHealth Riverview and expand our care into one of the fastest growing areas of the greater Tampa Bay area. To help stay safe during these unique times, we have planned a virtual groundbreaking event, and we are excited to share that with you now.
Hello, and welcome to this special announcement from AdventHealth West Florida Division. I'm Rochelle Haynes, Director of Corporate Communications for the division. Over the last decade, we've experienced tremendous growth and expansion in the Tampa Bay community, bringing our brand of whole person care to several areas. Today, we want to announce the groundbreaking of our new hospital, AdventHealth Riverview. Here's a look at the facility we're building in southern Hillsborough County. The hospital will be 282,000 square feet, 4 stories tall. It will serve 80 patients when it opens, with room to expand to 200 in the future. AdventHealth Riverview is scheduled to open spring 2023. Now, here's AdventHealth Riverview President and CEO, Jason Newmeyer.
Thanks, Rochelle. What an exciting time for southern Hillsborough County. It's not every day you get the opportunity to build a hospital from the ground up. I'm honored to be a part of this multi-million-dollar investment that'll help us shape the future of this community. We want to make it easy for families to have access to health care. You shouldn't have to miss out on good health care just because you don't live close to a doctor or a hospital. AdventHealth Riverview will ensure this growing community has high-quality care, conveniently located right in their neighborhood. And what makes it even more exciting is that we get to shape this hospital from the very beginning, choosing how we design our patient spaces, investing in the latest technology, and hiring the best doctors. Providing services we know will truly meet the healthcare needs of the people here.
Thanks, Jason. When the work begins on this tree-filled lot, it will signify the next phase for AdventHealth to expand its expertise in the greater Tampa Bay area.
This site is the future home of AdventHealth Riverview, the 12th hospital to join the West Florida Division, and planned with the intention to meet the healthcare needs of this growing Hillsborough County community.
We believe that we can certainly fulfill a need that's been identified to us in our conversations with the community.
Based on those needs, the hospital will offer a wide array of services ranging from award-winning obstetrics and gynecology to expert cardiac and orthopedic care.
We've had a lot of input from all our users and said to them, tell us what works for you. Tell us how you do your job so that we can make it easy for you. And then we said to our consumers, does this meet your need? Is this comfortable for you? And so I think we've got the right design for the future.
And the hope is that convenient access to high-quality health care makes a life-changing difference to those living in this community.
We looked very long and hard for the right piece of property in the right place. And we were really blessed to find this 23 acres of land right there on the corner of 301 and Gibsonton. And it just seemed to be just right.
We're thrilled to be coming to the community. We just think it's a great location that we identified, and just couldn't be happier to be able to partner with the community, partner with local businesses there, and really bring a high level of care.
And now the countdown begins to cut the ribbon on AdventHealth Riverview. On location in Hillsborough County, I'm Ashley Jeffrey, West Florida Division.
Thanks, Ashley. We know this is one of the fastest growing communities in Hillsborough County, and we want to bring health care services there for residents who need it. AdventHealth Riverview will add to our current network of care in that area, which includes primary care physicians, specialists, women's health care, emergency services, and imaging.
When we look at our service in communities, Riverview is a natural extension of where we're currently located. And we've been building our network in that area in Brandon and south to Riverview for a number of years now.
Our physicians know how important it is to have a nearby, high-quality hospital like AdventHealth Riverview and what that can mean for patients. Communications specialist Rafael Lopez spoke to one of our primary care doctors about that.
A trip to the hospital can sometimes feel like a galaxy away.
There's nothing really out where I live like that, so it's a good 30-plus minute drive.
But that'll soon change for Tom Stevens. AdventHealth's new Riverview Hospital will give him easier access to world-class care closer to home.
It's going to be just such a sigh of relief to be able to have that so close, to be able to get that care and be able to have it just convenient and close by.
Stevens' primary care physician, Dr. Edward Scanlon, knows firsthand the need for an AdventHealth hospital near his practice.
What you look for is transparency and kind of a seamless way of taking care of people. And right now in this area, unfortunately, a lot of times, patients will go to a hospital that I'm not affiliated with.
Dr. Scanlon says the new facility will allow him to tap into a new unified system like this one with patient information that can be accessed all throughout the AdventHealth network.
We don't have to send a summary of record. We don't have to fax reports. Literally, that chart becomes transparent, and that just adds to patient care.
Which reduces the chances of patients delaying their care.
And that's what I'm looking forward to, is being able to, refer patients to the ER locally, okay? Referring patients to the hospital, referring patients to the specialist that I know and I trust. And that way we have that relationship.
That's welcoming news for Stevens, who's been a loyal AdventHealth patient for more than 20 years. Rafael Lopez, AdventHealth, West Florida Division.
Thanks, Rafael. A new hospital also means another thriving business in Hillsborough County. Fred's Market is a community staple and well known throughout the area. AdventHealth Riverview is just down the road, and the market owner is excited about the prospect of a big employer coming to town.
Hospitals, schools, those kind of things you need for population to grow. For people to come and live in an area and be comfortable and be safe and raise families. We serve a lot of those people each and every day, and so we're excited. When we see those kind of things happen, we know that those people got to eat.
This project will make a $300 million impact on the local economy, bringing new jobs to the area to the tune of 1,300 team members when the hospital opens and 500 more when it's fully built out. Local leaders are looking forward to that.
It will be a huge economic impact in the greater Riverview area. The quality jobs that it brings to this area, those employees then are supporting our local businesses, and then in turn, they can grow their businesses and even bring more employees. So it'll be a huge economic impact.
You can keep an eye out on the AdventHealth Riverview Facebook page to see those future job postings. Now, this hospital is going to be so innovative, so state-of-the-art, so modern and filled with so much expertise, it's going to become the AdventHealth standard. And if you think this rendering looks a little familiar, you'd be right. It looks a lot like AdventHealth Wesley Chapel, and for a reason. Social media manager Phil Martello has more.
AdventHealth Riverview is certainly going to be a remarkable location. I sat down with Todd Watson, operations manager at Robbins & Morton. He spoke about the long-standing relationship that AdventHealth has with Robbins & Morton and how the two have collaborated on more than 20 hospitals throughout the state of Florida. He spoke to the state-of-the-art technology that's inside the building and what the next few years will look like.
We've got a long-lasting relationship together, a lot of successful projects. We understand the values and the goals and the vision of AdventHealth. We have a building with purpose, commitment, and it really aligns well with the vision and the ministry that AdventHealth brings to the communities.
Todd, can you tell us what it means to you personally when you're able to build hospitals with AdventHealth and what the impact you're able to make in the community through your construction?
Building hospitals is what we do. It's really what excites us as a company. And personally, it's a really unique and specialized field to be constructors in. It's very fulfilling to build a place that will serve the public once you leave. A place that you can trust for your family to go get healing as well as your neighbors.
And on behalf of everyone at AdventHealth in the West Florida division, we want to send our thanks to Todd and his team at Robbins and Morton for their dedication and commitment throughout the years. Rochelle, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Phil. It won't be long now before the landscape over the Alafaya River changes and looks a little different. From a bird's eye view one day, you'll see that AdventHealth Hospital on the horizon. We hope you're looking as forward to it as we are. In the studio with us now is West Florida Division President and CEO Mike Schultz to answer a few questions. Mike, first let me tell you, because I'm looking at the comments here while they're coming in online, lots of warm welcome from Riverview folks right now, and a lot of excitement about this project.
That's great. We chose Riverview because so many people wanted us down there. Our freestanding ED that we opened a year ago is one of the busiest ones we've got. So we realized that the Riverview community is looking forward to AdventHealth coming to town.
As Mike and I chat, if you have questions, feel free to put them in the comment box. I can see them come in. There's a crew here in the studio who can also punt them over to us. Don't feel shy about that. Speaking of expansion, this is sort of a bookend decade. 10 years ago, just about, we were opening AdventHealth Wesley Chapel. Here we are. We're going to end this decade with AdventHealth Riverview. That's exciting, and there's been a lot in between. Talk about some of that growth we've experienced.
Well, you're right. We opened Wesley Chapel about 10 years ago, and we've been focusing primarily the last 10 years on outpatient types of services, care pavilions, freestanding EDs, to really round out our inpatient presence in the greater Tampa Bay area. So this is a bookend, and it's a part of the 3-county area that we wanted to be in, and we're just really excited to get this thing going.
The whole idea of the network of care you're talking about, from freestanding EDs to physician offices, that's all about access. And that's very important right now. How does that play into our strategy?
Well, yeah, we want to make sure that we have the ability to bring people into the system. And as you know, people utilize the outpatient systems a lot more than the inpatient for the critically ill, those types of things. So we wanted to make sure we first start a lot of our presence in our community with outpatient types of facility. So we've been putting physicians in the Riverview area for the last 5 years. I mentioned our freestanding ED, our imaging center. So really this is the culmination of a strategy that says, okay, we've got our physicians there. Now we need to open our inpatient facilities so they don't have to travel all the way into either AdventHealth Tampa or AdventHealth Carrollwood.
And talk about make it easy. Everybody lives on their phones these days. So if you don't have the AdventHealth app, you should get that.
You should, absolutely.
You can get your labs, make appointments. That's just another way we provide access and make it easy. Inside the hospital is very unique. We heard from Robbins and Morton, who we have a long-standing partnership with. We know the hospital is sort of the gold standard for the future. What's so different when you walk inside an AdventHealth hospital? What do you recognize that's different?
Well, you know, our tagline is wholeness. And so we want to achieve wholeness, not only when you're well and being active at home, but also when you come into one of our inpatient facilities, we want to have that wholeness feeling. So you look at the lighting, you look at the ambience of nature. We want to make sure that you feel whole when you're in an inpatient facility, even though you're probably very, very sick, if you're not having a baby, for example. But we want to have that wholeness feel, and it's mimic that for Wesley Chapel. As you look at the 2 pictures, you say, oh, that kind of looks familiar. Well, there's a reason for that. And it's really getting that wholeness atmosphere in an inpatient facility.
And not that you should want to go to the hospital.
No, you should not want to.
If you do ever go to AdventHealth Wesley Chapel or any new facility, the Tenasia Center for Surgery, you really don't know if you're in a hotel about to check in for a staycation or if you are in fact going to need expertise and care. I want to give a quick shout out to, while we talk about that design, to Hunt and Brady Architects, because I know they're also longstanding partners and they've really helped work through that with us. So super special.
We worked particularly a long time on the review because we wanted to do it in such a way that continues the Wesley Chapel look, but also we brought in some new ideas that I think the community is going to be very excited about when this thing is opened.
Well, we're looking forward to it. We appreciate you joining us today. We appreciate all of you tuning in to watch the announcement. And if you do want to reach out, please feel free to continue commenting or leaving questions on our LinkedIn page, and we'll get back to you when we can. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
You can't wait for the future to come to you. You've got to reach out and take it. With some of the world's brightest minds, AdventHealth is reimagining care today. And moving health forward in ways once never thought possible, so you can feel whole for your whole life.